the Budweiser stock issue, or the Budweiser boycott, or whatever you want to call it. It's getting kind of crazy, but I think I may have figured out the root cause. Now, it has very little to do with their new cover girl, and actually has more to do with the marketing VP. Now, I'm sure someone knows her name, but honestly, she doesn't interest me a tremendous amount. It's that Anheuser-Busch marketing VP, the Harvard College girl, the party one. Yeah, anyways, that one. So, a lot of people are angry, and I would like to float an idea as to why they're really, really angry. Because I have met a bunch of Bud drinkers who no longer drink Bud, and a lot of the times, they'll give me one or two explanations, but I've given them my explanation, and they kind of had a decent reaction to it, so let me go ahead and float it to you. The Budweiser marketing VP girl, whatever her name is, she said in that interview that she wanted the brand to be less fratty, that Budweiser had apparently been a beer of out of touch, as she called it again, fratty humor, and she wanted to change that. See, that last line right there, I think, is the important one. She wanted to change that. It's the ingratitude and hubris of these people. Let's go ahead and say for a minute that it was entirely true that Bud Light's entire fan base was a bunch of fratty, out-of-touch dudes who, had pretty lowbrow humor, whatever. All right, fine. That's your customer base. Those are the people who are your bread and butter. Those are the people that you rely upon so that you have such a cushy job. What the hell is wrong with that? In that interview, the reason people were upset was because she flat out said, no, your ways are wrong, I'm better than you, and I'm going to show you by force, and I'm going to change the brand to something more enlightened, better. To her, I would say, if anyone should have said this, that is not your place. You have a customer base, a loyal, long-standing customer base that made Anheuser-Busch the #1 market share brewing company in America. You remain loyal to those people. Those are the people who raised you up out of nothing and made you successful. They are the ones who gave you your crown. You don't win the crown as the king of beers and then immediately proceed to turn your back on your army. I think Rome learned that lesson at one point in time, and looks like that lesson's going to be repeated. The fact of the matter is that she thought that she was better than them. And then she shotgunned that opinion out into the internet via a corporate interview where she very smugly called all the people who drank her beer fratty and out of touch. Again, so what if they were? I mean, they're not. I've known a bunch of Bud drinkers, and for the most part, most of them are just regular dudes, hardworking guys. They go out, work an 8 to 10 hour shift, come back, and they just want to unwind with something that's not going to get them too buzzed. Something they can drink 10 of and really not feel the effects too much. So what if that's your customer base? That's a good customer base. Keep them. It is your job to serve them. You are the provider. They are the demand. Without them, you are nothing. You are a company that exists to serve a product, a need, a demand to a consumer. So when you start trying to change your consumers, of course they're going to rebel. It has nothing to do with this nonsense, they're all bigots attitude. No. It has the fact that you did not respect them. You did not respect them, and even worse, you publicly disrespected them. I don't know a tremendous amount of TikTok dancers, but I do know, garbage men, welders. They drank Bud. Why didn't you put them on a can? Why? Better yet, why didn't you just find something that was more appealing to them and put it on a can? Yes, I get it. You're trying to attract this potential consumer base, but you're sacrificing a given for what is a potential. Also, one other rather insidious thing with that whole interview is that she said there's no future for Bud if we don't appeal to a new market. Well, the implication of that is obviously you don't expect the old market to be around for much longer. You trying to tell me that the average working man is going to disappear? The sports fans are going to disappear? Who exactly do you expect to disappear over the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years? So I guarantee you, whoever you think it is, they're going to be right where they are. In fact, they're probably going to be the ones that come out of this coming crisis much stronger than the people you are attempting to pander to. The people you're attempting to pander to only exist as a luxury belief. They're not the kind of people that build countries. They're the kind of people that appear in countries when times are so good that you can basically do anything and still survive. So is that really the most stable audience that you want to market to? Now, obviously, with ESG and other financial wizardry propping up effectively zombie companies, please look into that if you really want to know about that absolute nonsense. Do it on your own time. I might talk a little bit about it, but such things are beyond me aside from a very basic grasp. And I know, that means I can't speak on it. But I don't need to be a meteorologist to know that it's raining. I don't need to be a biologist to see a snake and say, hey, that's a snake. The fact of the matter is that pattern recognition is something that humans have, and, well, I'm spotting a pattern. So, the real reason why Bud and other companies are going to suffer is because they don't respect their market. They don't respect their consumer. In fact, in many cases, they probably outright hate their consumer, and it's beginning to show. So, that's all I have to say about that one. I'm going to continue walking through the swamp for maybe the next 30 minutes. I don't know. I've been walking through here for a while. Not quite sure how deep I am in, but I'm sure I'll get out. Until then, you'll have a very nice day. Take care of yourselves.